Least there, do you think that they get embraced because the toxic, like, red pill culture is nice to them? Or do you think they get accepted into that toxicity because they're toxic?
Well, I first want to apologize for interrupting. I think there might be a lag or something going on because I definitely have not been trying to do that. Uh, yeah, I think they resonate with the toxicity. Sure, yeah.
Okay, great. So when you're saying that we should kind of coddle you or be nice about your white privilege and calling it out, is that because you feel like you have to be spoken to nicely in order to learn something, or because you just don't want to be uncomfortable?
I didn't say that, and it's definitely not what I meant. So I apologize if that's like what was implied. That's not what I meant at all. I think people have the right to correct me if I do something wrong in any way that they see appropriate. And that's like totally up to them. And I will try to be receptive to it, like,
But your
regardless.
overall messaging is that if we are nicer and kinder in our approach.
Not all the time.
Okay. Well, then great. Because I mean, I don't talk in cursive. I tell everyone in this live that some of them find me quote unquote rude. Some of them find me abrasive. But I'm not going to coddle you and telling you that the reason you don't see your white privilege is because you're white and because you're surrounding yourself in comfortability. And for the sake of being on, this black man's panel, and to say that, yeah, black people would notice it more because it's in their face. It's up to you to do the work. So it's absolutely, very much like, if you know that it exists, which you've already acknowledged, then you should be the one looking for the education, looking for the, reads, looking for the resources, reading as much as you can about it, and then finding out what you can do about it. And then you should be loud about it with every other white person.
100%. And that's the work that I was pointing out, that like a black person doesn't have to read about racism to understand it. Like, wouldn't you agree that like you're a woman,
No.
right? Wait, hang on.
First of all,
Can you not interrupt
stop.
me though? Actually,
Nope, stop.
no, can I finish what I was
Nope,
going to say?
because what you just said was harmful, so you're going to stop.
How is it harmful to say that white, like, don't you think that men don't understand misogyny as much as women do, just on a baseline level? Like, I
Annie,
think I understand misogyny more than a man
Hey,
does.
Annie,
Stop
please
talking.
stop talking over Kate. And also, now you're repeating something that we've already talked about. Like you sitting here and trying to revert to misogyny when I already covered misogyny, but even more so, I covered the fact that, I literally told you I know white people who can spot, identify, and work through racism or bigotry, all this other stuff better than the people that are affected by it, because it's not about, just experiencing it. It's literally about understanding and working through those things. So like you and I had that exact conversation, but again, please don't interrupt Kay again.
What you said that was harmful is that, don't you think, or you said, and I'm going to quote you. I think exactly what you said was, black people don't have to learn about racism or educate themselves on racism because they experience it. Is that correct?
I mean,
Nope,
okay,
just yes or no. Was that what you said?
sort of, yeah.
Okay. Do you know that the reason is because of educating themselves on the origins and like the over education that black people do in order to understand the subjugation that happens to them, the dehumanization that happens to them? Do you think that they just innately know that they're
No,
experiencing racism?
no,
Okay.
I understand
So
what you're
when we
saying.
talk, we don't talk about other groups. We don't talk about other marginalized people. We talk about white people.
Yes, that's why I tried to bring up women. I wasn't trying to change the topic. That's just like the only group that I can relate to. So
And
I wasn't,
you're
and
having
I
a
was
real
just
hard
saying that I
time.
do think on average, like most women recognize misogyny in places where men don't recognize it. Like, I don't know why that's
I'm
offensive.
personally witnessing your internalized misogyny by having to repeat yourself over and over again to get your point across. As
Well, I
if
just feel like
I
my
should be
words have been
listening to you.
twisted.
Okay. I've adopted a rule from Solid, no same timers. If you can't wait, I heard you explain for the 12th time your parallel that you're trying to make here with misogyny. Misogyny is not on the back. It's not part of the topics to debate. We've clearly identified that you're having an issue swallowing the white privilege thing and going and learning about it and wanting to equate it to all these other things. You could just read about intersectionality and pretty much hit on all of them. So I would, you can send me a follow for resources. We're not going to take up more time on the live debating the fact that you don't want to be uncomfortable. And I think you need to kind of either sit in the comments and listen, come back to late nights when we do topics surrounding this, or you could watch the last 4 days on Santana's YouTube because it has race, ethnicity, and nationality. And we spent 4 days speaking about it. And there was a lot of education given out, especially about white supremacy. So I would go to his YouTube and watch those when you have time instead of getting on a panel and talking about something that you know nothing about.
Yeah, I will do that for sure.
Excellent.
I think
Have
I've
a
been
great day.
repeating myself because
Nope, you don't need an explanation. That's a white
okay,
woman
well,
thing.
okay, great. You've been twisting my words and you don't understand what I'm saying.
No more excuses for us. Sorry. No more. Have a wonderful day. I hope that counter that again.
Thank you, Kay. Annie, you're not coming back up. You can go ahead and get out of the request. Like, she dropped you. She dropped you. You can't come back up. Sorry. 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 One thing that I do want to just take a moment to speak to is the like I think there's a lot of times that it's hard for us to hear things about ourselves, right? And that's not something that's unique to anyone. That's people in general. It's hard for people to hear things about themselves that they, for some reason, don't agree with, or like it's sorry. It's hard for them to hear things when it comes to anything that may be personal. But what I will say is those things that are hard to hear because they may be personal are the things that need to be heard. Like it's literally the things that we have to deal with. And one of the best things that anyone can possibly ever do is sit in your discomfort. Like it's literally something that everyone needs to be prepared to do, and that's how you address privilege. The one of the most uncomfortable things that I had to sit in and realize is when my own wife told me, "Hey, you're being misogynist," and I had to like stop and like, "Holy smokes!" And I had to sit in that. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
Actually, I had a comment about the last person.
Right, but are you a
I'm a
Trump
white
supporter or
person
disagree
that
with
no, I'm
anything on the
not.
background?
No, I don't. I'm sorry. I wanted to.
Okay, I appreciate you. But yeah, like the entire point is ensuring that when we are met with those uncomfortable truths, that we have to figure out why we feel uncomfortable, and then use not only discernment but education, resources to like figure out what's real, what's not, like all this other stuff. So like there's a lot to it. There's a lot to it, but people being uncomfortable is not an uncommon thing. And W's in the chat for Kayla for the $1 donation. Say Kaylala. who said, not trying to be rude, but as a fellow white woman, if she's having a hard time seeing our privilege, then you're the one uneducated. Yeah. That's what you're talking about. Exactly. W's in the chat for K-Lala. I love you as well. W's in the chat for K-Lala. W's in the chat for Natalie for the $2.58 donation saying, payday donation. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. I really, really, oh, that's probably like what, $3 euro because you're from the UK. W's in the chat. Thank you so much for that. And happy payday. W's in the chat for Rodrigo, who sent a $4 donation saying, keep it up. And W's in the chat for Rodrigo, who said $1 donation saying how much to kick. Sorry, Rodrigo. Like sometimes we can't just kick them. Sometimes we got to try to reach them. But then when we hit a point, yeah. W's in chat for Kimberly or Mocha. Hey, Mocha67, who sent a $15 donation saying love how you handled that. Yeah, I mean, like I tried to do my best, and that's why I thought it was so. That's why I started calling out a couple of different people names, because like that conversation needs to be heard from other people. So, and guys, W's in chat for Tiffany, who sent a $10 donation saying, I'm in your morning lives every morning, and if you ever need a woman to come up and have a conversation with/for you, I'm always willing to help. Thank you so much, Tiffany. I really appreciate you and appreciate that, and appreciate the love and support. W's in the chat for Mike, who sent a $10 donation. What up, Mike? And said, you and your team, you and the team that you have behind you, you are very beneficial of what the HEW, very beneficial. I think you meant very aware. I'm going to replace the word very aware of what the hell is going on in our country right now. Exactly, Mike. W's in the chat for Mike. W's in the chat for Mike. Guys, we've had to hit a restart a couple of times on YouTube. YouTube keeps crashing. So if you're watching over on YouTube, it's not the stream. It's literally YouTube. They've been having like some global outages and all this other stuff. So it's not us. But we've had to restart a couple of times on YouTube. But we also got a couple of flags here over on TikTok. And it was for like some earlier guests that was like crashing out and all this other stuff. And so just to be on the safe side, I'm just going to hit a quick restart. I'm going to hit a quick restart across the board on everything. So TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, we're doing a complete restart on everything. We'll come right back in. We'll get everything going back just to make sure there's no other issues with the stream. So guys, make sure you hit that follow button. Hit that follow button. Look up at the top. If you see the word follow, you're not following me. We got 55 new followers on the stream. Hit that follow button. Also, hit the subscribe over on YouTube, hit the subscribe over on Twitch, thumbs up, all that good stuff. I'm going to shut down everything and come right back. All right, just to make sure we can continue to stream. I will be back in just a moment, guys. Love you.